Hello, everyone. Welcome to the new episode, specifically on how to approach the internships. And this time I'm with Navneet, who's currently a student at NIT Trichy. So, a hearty welcome to you, Navneet. So, great.
Hi,
Navneet, maybe you can just briefly introduce yourself, your background, and what you're currently studying at NIT Trichy.
sure. Uh, Hello, everyone. I'm Navneet Rajiv from National Institute of Technology. I'm studying materials and metallurgical engineering at NIT Trichy right now. I'm in fourth year, and I come from Kochi, Kerala.
Great. Thanks for the introduction, Navneet. And this particular video, we are talking about the experiences of getting internships at top research groups across the globe. And you were one of the such candidate who didn't not only get one, but you got several of them. So maybe you can share your experience and your approach towards the internship.
For internships, I basically use cold meeting as a method. There are basically two methods for applying for internships. One is through programs like SRFP, Summer Research Fellowship Program. Then SENS IISc Bangalore has a program. Also, IIT Roorkee, IIT Kharagpur, and Madras has some programs of their own. So you can apply to them and get it. So I used another route by cold mailing professors. So you can start this process from around February of your semester, even semester, and then if it ends by April, you can mail until that point. So some of the most important part of your email should be the point where you convince them. And also you can add your CV, your website, maybe your GitHub link, and your papers and projects in brief, like one-liners. This could be used for convincing them your existing skills. So also, most importantly, you should let them know that you have read about them. So you can give one or two lines about their papers or maybe one of their paper and publish what you found interesting in it. So this would give them some show that you are genuinely interested. And if especially this will help you if you have no previous experience. This is the general approach to getting an internship. Also, I would recommend people to go through websites like the Office of International Relationship of NIT Trichy. They have a list of they have a brochure of all the internships across the world. At least it covers most of the internships I know.
Great. Thank you, Navneet, for that. That was very comprehensive and a very good tip set. So maybe you can just talk about the couple of experiences you had so far and how did you approach and what was the positives and negative in the process, and maybe something you would want to correct or you want to suggest people to improve on that processes, whatever you did.
I started mailing from February. I would February beginning, first week itself. So, but surprisingly, I got an offer in beginning from my first mail, around my first mail. So, but I kept because I wanted a better offer. So I was encouraged to keep trying on mailing. So this is one thing I would recommend everyone to continue doing. Also, but as I progressed, I didn't get much of offers. Then one offer I got from was IISc Bangalore, which was the best one. So it was worth keeping on applying. Then finally COVID arrived. So both these offers weren't valid at that time. So that's where I believe we should keep applying, especially to abroad. Also, during COVID, most profs didn't accept, and I just continued till I got an acceptance. So this do not feel dejected once you get a lot of rejections. I know people who have done 300 mailings and got just one or two offers. So that happens. But the point you stop mailing is when you do not get an internship. Otherwise, you will get an internship. That's how the cold mailing works.
But one thing regarding that is you don't also want to spam, right? You don't want to just keep sending the same CV, same profile, same kind of email, just replacing the professor's name to different professors. There should be some kind of etiquettes and some ethical guidance which might be that you followed, right? So maybe you can touch upon that aspect so that people just don't keep sending or spamming people, but also be very very clear on who they're reaching out and why they're reaching out. Probably that can lead to a higher success rate.
Yeah, definitely. On mailing, and again, you'll get to know. You'll realize yourself there are some mistakes in you, and sometimes you can approach others also. That's one good thing. One common thing I found is while starting the mail, you'll make some mistakes, like dear doctor, professor, and all. Some people do that. Even I usually did it in my first mails. Then I realized it's just prof and the surname of the professor is enough. So such things you will get to realize. Okay, then coming to my tell about my experiences. So how the internship process works is once you get an acceptance, the professor might call you for an interview, and he will explain about how the project would. Sometimes the acceptance would be after an interview also. That could happen. But it will be mostly about who you are and what project you would be doing, basically, and are you interested. So this is basically what the interview would be. And coming back to my experience, I worked in the project, in this same project as a PhD student who was working there. So I was working along with him, and we updated him every week what's happening. Then also it's maybe often difficult to complete a project and within the given time, but still keep trying. That's what I learned from the internship. So then we can take some additional time from our regular classes and finish it off. Also, one tip I have for people is maybe you can try asking professor for if you can give a letter of recommendation or certificate in between intern. Most people do the mistake of asking it either too early or too late. So that's why I would recommend people asking in between internships. Key learnings I would say is I learned how research is done, how researchers approach each challenge and failures that they come across during the project. Also, I got an opportunity to confirm if I actually can go in depth in the topic. This is really helpful when you are going abroad, or even when you are taking a job up. Later in the stage, you will have to come across in depth of the field, and you can test if you actually can innovate in the field. So, in addition to this, you will get to know how research work, research funding, and PhD if you're interested in research, and how academic recruitment generally works. This, if you are lucky, it depends on your group, but you'll get to see all these things. Also, definitely one thing you'll take away from the internship is what is happening in the field. What advancements will you witness in next 20 or 30 years in the field will be something you can see through research. Also, often these research internships, professors encourage people to attend conferences, discussions and all, and it might be collaborative, so you'll be talking to other professors also. So such skills, even like presentations, are very helpful that you will gain from this opportunity. And internships are the skills you gain in internships are going to be pretty advanced, so you will definitely use it later in your career. So I would always recommend people trying out research internships. And another tip for people, students who would like to sit for internships is first is starting early is a good idea. Even though I told February, you can try from January or December, and keep on improving your profile and improving your mails, CV, and make sure there is not even a mistake, because this is the only thing that your professor knows about. So try to keep it as perfect as possible. Then I feel personalization is the key. Yeah, some people do keep a general format and apply to all professors. That might work for some, but what I've observed generally is if you personalize, as I said earlier, if you try to quote some of the publication of the professor and see and make him genuinely feel that you're interested, it will really work. So another thing is that a lot of times professors don't they get a lot of mails. I mean a lot. So they tend to miss your mails. So it would be a wise idea to remind them, like after 1 week or after 10 days, 7 to 10 days, what I recommend. You should keep reminding them. This is not, but do not go beyond the limit. Maybe 2 or 3 times. That is enough. Internships abroad generally give you a exposure, and also I've found from my friends is you get letter of recommendations, which are much better sometimes. So, but there are very good researchers in India who will support you a lot and help you with internships. So I would say go both ways. So try whichever suits you.
Great. That comes to my next question is the approach towards professors in India a bit different compared to approach towards the ones abroad, or is it the same approach you followed or same you would recommend to people?
Approach via mail was similar. I don't think I changed anything, but I kept on reminding much more often for professors in India.
So thank you so much, Navneet, for very good insights. So my last question would be, do you have any specific tips for prospective students looking for internships with such research groups?
As I said earlier, maybe trying early is really good. So if you start around February, January, or even December, it would be really good. Also, try getting some experience through projects. Even it could be small project. Just start them up, and you can mention that so that you can easily connect and write more sentences. And you can persuade the professor. Next thing is, as I said earlier, personalization. You should try to keep it as unique to the professor as possible, and try avoiding a general format to all professors. Another tip is to remind them, like not very often, maybe keep a gap of 7 to 10 days. That would be ideal, and really help them to go through a mail again also. So even in my case, the internship I got at ISC Bangalore was through a third or fourth reminder I gave. So it would really help, in my opinion.
Great. These are really very, very useful tips. So those of you listening into this talk, I hope this has been very handy and useful for you. And we wish you guys the best with your internship applications to top research institutes across the globe. And there'll be a lot more videos coming in the next weeks and months related to these topics on internships, on placements, on higher education, etc. So stay tuned for that. So Navneet, once again, thank you so much for your useful insights with regards to internships.